Good morning, children. Today I'm going to be reading you a story called Benny and the Binky, and then I have a short activity you can do at home in your house afterwards. All right, so we read this earlier in the year, and the activity, you might remember parts of it, but it's been modified so you can do it at home. This story is called Benny and the Binky, and it was given to me by the Skrenta family a long time ago. Benny has a brother now. He wanted one, and then he got one. One morning when he woke up, his brother was lying next to him. "Benny, you have a brother," said Benny's mama. "Yes, I know," said Benny. Benny's brother screams and screams. Benny's mama gives him a Binky. "I want a Binky too," says Benny, but he doesn't get one. "You are too big for a Binky," says Benny's mama. "No, I'm not," says Benny. All day long, little brother sucks on his Binky. Benny doesn't get to try it. He is already tired of his little brother. He'd rather have the Binky. "I'm going out with little brother," he says to his mama, but she doesn't hear. Benny puts his little brother outside the door. Then he takes the Binky. His little brother gets little piggy instead. Then Benny runs away. And there he goes. He runs by several houses. He is happy. The Binky is good. Benny runs by a daycare center. "You're too big for a Binky," shout the kids. "No, I'm not," shouts Benny. Later, he meets three tough pigs with soccer shoes. "What kind of an oddball is this with a Binky?" ask the tough pigs. "My name is Benny," says Benny. "Let's punch him in the snout," say the tough pigs. Benny is scared. He runs for his life. But the tough pigs run after him. Benny has his usual feet, but the tough pigs have soccer shoes. They catch him easy as can be. The toughest one hits him on the snout so that the Binky flies out. Then a dog that Benny knows comes by. "They took my Binky," says Benny, crying. The dog yells at the tough pigs. "Hand over the Binky before I bite your knuckles off," says the dog. The tough pigs get very scared. They hand over the Binky right away. Then a loud cry can be heard. It's Benny's little brother. He's tired of little piggy. Benny runs as fast as he can. Let me get my hand off the words there. Let's try that again. Benny runs as fast as he can. But when his little brother gets the Binky back, he's happy again. Benny goes around the house with his little brother. Then they go back inside. "Oh, Benny," says Benny's mama, "how nice of you to take your little brother outside." I don't think the mom knows what happened. All right, so some of you might remember this. In this activity, it's a balance activity. And at school, we use foot bags like these. And you can balance them on your head. But we have other items you can use as well. You can use another type of foot bag. You could use tangerine. You could use an empty mint container. You could use a full mint container, I guess. I would ask your parents if you're going to use anything like food. You can use an old cycle computer. The object of the activity is that you find something small that you can put on your head, and then you're going to walk around the house. And there's a couple things you can do. In the game we played at school, what you did was you walked around, and if your Binky fell, you had to pretend to cry. Make sure you don't make actual crying noises. That drove me nuts in the gym, and it will definitely drive your parents nuts. So don't actually make any noise. Cry like this. You can do this if you want to. All right, so then you get your Binky and you put it back on your head. You're going to do this, and you can time yourself if you want, see how long you're able to walk around while balancing it. But I want you to do it on 4 different body parts. So you can do your head, you can do your shoulder. It's very strange trying to do this opposite. You can do it on your elbow. If you do it on your elbow like this, make sure that you don't put it in between your elbow like that. This is supposed to be a balance activity, not a grabbing activity. Same thing if you do it on your hand. Make sure that it's resting on top of your hand, not being pinched in between your fingers like that. This is not a balance activity. So you are balancing the foot bag. If you have someone to do this activity with, you can see who can do it longest. You can also play cooperatively, where if someone drops their foot bag, what you're going to do is you're going to help the other one put it back on. Some of you will probably remember doing that in class. All right. Remember, if you're going to use anything you're not sure it's a good idea, make sure you ask your parents first. If you have something like a ball of socks, I'm sure that's harmless. You could try that as well. All right. Take care. I will see you soon.